Hi everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation and welcome to Sandy's 13 Frights Before Halloween 2022. Today we are on week 11 and we're going to create a really fun card that's super easy and has a lot of wow factor. So we are going to do a 6x6 double vertical stepper card, and this is by Sam Calcott, and she did this earlier this year in August and I just absolutely fell in love with the idea. So I altered it just a little bit, but we're going to make this really cute card. So what it does is it has a lot of dimension to it. It's really easy to put together and it's really fun. When you get it, it will kind of automatically kind of open up and create a really kind of 3D kind of thing. And then you put your banner across the front and it's just really cute, really easy, doesn't take a whole lot of time. What I did do with it was on the back here, I added, the way that I put it together, I made a pocket so that you could put a tag for your sentiment and everything here instead of like putting a sentiment on the back of the card. So you could have your pattern paper on the back. And I just think it turned out really cute. I love this paper. So I used... It's a collection this year by Recollections called Dark Magic. And it is really cute. And it's kind of like really scary meets the Roaring 20s Art Deco kind of thing. It's really a fun collection. And I just love it. And this says Beloved on it. So it has a kind of a romantic theme to it for Halloween. So I think it's really adorable. And I thought this made a cute card. So that's what I used for this particular tutorial. So or for this card, I should say. For the project we're going to make today, I'm going to use Echo Park papers. But anyway, this is really fun. This is really easy. Let's get to it. It's adorable. And if you haven't been following this, Sandy's 13 weeks before, or 13 Frights Before Halloween, you need to do this. So search hashtag Sandy's 13 Frights Before Halloween 2022. We have a bunch of collaborators that are going to, you know, are doing it. We're on week 11 now. So I think there's 11 of us doing it. So, I mean, you could imagine every Monday we're putting out a tutorial. So there's a ton of tutorials. We've got albums, we've got decor pieces, we've got cards, we've got everything you could think of paper crafting wise. We've got it. So search for it. It'll be great. You're going to love it. All right. For this card, you just need a few things, and we're going to be using, again, like I said, Echo Park's paper, Arsenic and Lace from 2014. So I'm smashing my stash as I'm doing all these cards too. The gold paper that I'm going to be using is from Park Lane, as is this cardstock that I'm using today. And I did distress everything with some Tin Holtz distressed ink, and I do have a little ghost that we're going to add to the card. That is from SEI that I got like a bazillion years ago. So you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock, and these measure 12 by 6, and we're going to score them both the same way. So in your scoreboard with the 12 at the top, we're going to score at 1, at 2, 4, and 6. Okay? So 12 by 6, score at 1, 2, 4, and 6. So you should have an inch, 2 inches, 2 inches, and then 6. Okay, this piece will make the back of your card. Simple, super simple. So then these just accordion fold, okay, like so. Just make sure that when you do it, everything lines up nice and even. Okay, and then burnish everything down and just make sure. So you do want that outer 1-inch piece to go like this. Okay, so we're going to make 2 of these. This one I've already prepared. This is going to be the opposite side, and you do notice that I did put a notch in here. I used my envelope punch to do a notch. So when we glue these together, I'm going to glue it on 3 sides. So that will create a pocket back here for our tag. Okay, so we have one going this direction, and we'll have this one going this direction. Super simple. Super simple. Okay, so then let's glue them together. So I'm just going to take my art glitter glue, and if you haven't used art glitter glue, this stuff is amazing and wonderful, and I get it through Country Craft Creations at countrycraftcreations.com, and I love it. I love it. It's my go-to. All right, so then you're just going to take these two pieces and you're going to glue them together. And I put the notch on the outside of my card. If you wanted it on the inside, you totally could do that too. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get this even. You'll have to forgive. I've got a cold, and I think my brain's a little toasty. See? Okay. So we have this together, and then this is how this card is going to lie, okay? And then when you open it up, it has this natural spring action, which I think is really cool. So that's the base of the card. That's it. When you turn it over to the back of the card, you have your pocket here. We're going to let it dry a little bit, and then you can stick a tag in there, and then you're good to go, okay? So then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cover your papers, or cover your cardstock. So we're going to cover the fronts of everything here. So I have that all ready to go. So I have my pattern papers already cut out and ready to go. So the back, you need two for the back that are 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. This one's going to go on the inside of the card. And this one I've already notched and inked, and that's going to go on the outside of the card. And then you have your two pieces that are going to go here. Those are cut at 1 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then you have your two pieces that are 3/4 by 5 3/4. Those are going to go here. We're not going to glue these on yet, okay? Put those off to the side. Don't glue them on yet because we have to add the front panel to our card first, okay? So we're just going to grab our art glitter glue again and glue these down. And once I do that, then I will be right back and we'll go on to the next step. So I'm back and I've covered the inside panel. I've covered the fronts of this 2-inch panel. I have not covered these two front pieces yet because we got to do something to it first. And then I've covered the back. So here's the thing with this. The space in between these folded edges here when the card is folded is 4 inches, okay? So I want my element to be 4 inches wide, okay? This is the decoration piece. So whatever element you're going to put on the inside, make it 4 inches, okay? And I'll show you why in a minute because I'm really kind of a stickler for the borders being good. And on this one here, like for example, there's too much white on this side and I really am not caring for it. So if you make the element 4 inches wide, once we have the card closed, we're just going to imagine for a second and put this down, all of the black will match and it'll be the same dimensions for everything, the 1/8 inch for everything, okay? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. I'm weird about symmetry and stuff like that. So 4 inches wide, whatever you put in here, 4 inches wide max, okay? Can be any height you want. So for this particular piece, it's 4 inches wide. The gold is 4 and it's 3 inches tall, excuse me. So then I kind of cut down my, I can't hold on to it. Cut down my cut apart to match. So it's 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I had these cute little bats that were on plastic bat rings that I just cut the bats off and boom, I have decorations for that. So I've got that all ready to go, okay? So then the middle piece here, you want it to be 1/4 inch taller than your piece here, okay? So this is 3, the element, so we want this piece to be 3 1/4, and then you want it to be 5 1/2 wide. When we glue it down, it will glue down so there is roughly 1/4 inch on either side that you can see here. There's 1/4 inch on each side. It's not going to go to the edge, okay? Because then that way it will be kind of camouflaged by the strips when we put them down. Okay, so far so good. So what we're going to do is put this down first because we don't want to have anything off. So I'm just going to put some glue on the outer edge here, okay? And then I'm going to grab my ruler here and center it and lay this down. So this will be a little bit tricky. And if you want, you can open the whole thing up, which will actually make it a little easier. Open the whole thing up, get your centering ruler, and remember that you want about 1/4 of an inch in, okay? It doesn't have to be like super perfect, but I'm trying to get it centered. I want it centered. So I'm gonna roughly, I think, that's about right. Okay, just like so, lay that down. Then I'm gonna fold my card up and lay that down, okay? So then we have that in the center. All right, and you see how it just naturally kind of wants to pop up, which is really cool. So then we're going to take and put our centerpiece right in the middle, and it should land right in between those score marks. All right. So it should even up, you know, be matched really perfectly to those score lines. And I have to be careful because my bats are kind of dimensional here. And then we grab our strips and we put that over the top. Like so. And then that will kind of camouflage all of that. It will give us our pretty border. It'll help secure the edge of that middle piece that we put down. Okay, so again, the middle piece needs to be 5.5 inches wide. All right, and then 1/4 of an inch taller than whatever element you're going to use. So that part will depend on what you use. You can use any size you want. You could do a 6x6 if you wanted to. Okay, so there you go. Oh, is that cute? I love it. I just love it. So then, excuse me, for a little added flair, I thought maybe I would stick my ghost maybe popping through because I kind of like him. So I'm going to just put a little glue on this ghost, and I'm going to pop this. I'm going to just put this right back here. Just make sure it doesn't go on top of the card. Just kind of peeking out, like saying hi. Okay, so I thought that would be kind of cute. All right, and then I took a 4x6. This is a cut apart from the paper collection, and I just put tag edges on it. I glued a ribbon to it, and this is going to be what goes in the back of the card so that I can write my message to whoever I'm sending it to. So, ta-da! Isn't that cute? It's absolutely adorable. I just love it. I just love it. So there's my card. I love it. So this is the 6x6 double vertical stepper card by Sam Calcott. And again, I'll have her tutorial linked down below, so you can go check it out. She is the original artist with this. I did alter it up just a little bit, but this is the card. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Next week I'll have another tutorial for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.